Hi guys, it's your faculty Ranganathan Iswin Kondula. I'm back again with the current affairs discussion for prelims 2023. Now, this will be a series of videos here on the YouTube channel where we'll be covering some of the most important current affairs topics for your prelims 2023 over the last previous 10 months. Now, recently, obviously, there's a movie which has been released, Ponniyin Selvan the One, and a lot of information came in this movie about the Chola dynasty. Now, Chola Empire or the Chola dynasty were basically a political power who were ruling India from 850 to 1279 AD. Mostly they were in the south. Cholas also had very strong influence over Southeast Asia, both cultural and political. Starting from Vijayalaya Chola in approximately 848 AD, and Cholas went on until Rajarajendra III, almost to the end of the dynasty in about 1279 AD. Now, there are many sources about the Chola Empire. Chola state literary sources such as Tamil literature seems to have flourished during Chola period. Also, we see an extensive growth of Bhakti saints, compilation of hymns reflect different socio-cultural features of the Chola period. Mubarula and Kambharamayanam, the great epics, also belong to this period. Kambharamayanam is a type of Ramayana written by Kambha. Again, very popular during this period. Um, okay. Uttar Merur inscription, one of the most important inscription which actually gives details about Chola local self-governments, the Chola administration, most probably given by Parantaka Chola. Vijayalaya, Aditya, and Parantaka Chola, three most important kings. Obviously, among all the Chola kings, the most popular, most engaging, most, you can say, comprehensive king who has achieved substantial achievements in his rule is Rajaraja Chola the One, 985 AD, 2014 AD. He ruled. He actually ended up creating a Chola navy, took Cholas to new heights of success, engaged in naval expeditions, attempted to conquer west coast of India, Sri Lanka, even conquered Maldives in the Indian Ocean. He completed the construction of the famous Brihadishwara temple or the Rajarajeshwara temple. This temple sometimes is also called Periya Udayar temple in 1010 AD. So this temple is even today an architectural marvel, given the size, the structure, and the material which has been used in this temple. It's still an architectural marvel. Rajendra I continued like his father from 1012 to 1044 AD, founded the city of Gangaikonda Cholapuram after he annexed parts of Odisha. After he defeated the king Mahipala of the Pala dynasty, he established a city called Gangaikonda Cholapuram and even built a temple in his memory of victory over the Ganga region. That's why he calls it Gangai Kondan. Gangai means Ganga region, Kondan, conqueror of the Ganga region, it's Bengal, Odisha region. Then he also annexed Ceylon, even took the title Pandita Cholan, constructed the famous Rajeshwaram temple. He also had a title called Kadaram Gondan. He's known as Kadaram Kondan because he seems to have went and occupied even Kadaram. Kadaram is basically Malaysia region. Defeated the Srivijaya dynasty of Indonesia. Defeated the Suryavarma dynasty of Cambodia. So the entire South Indian influence, particularly the Tamil cultural and Indian cultural influence that exists today in the Southeast Asia, thanks to this man, Rajendra Chola I, mainly because of Rajendra Chola I. Rajendra III, the last Chola king who was defeated by Jatavarma Surya Pandya II, one of the Pandya kings, and during his period, I mean, on the ruins of Cholas, Pandyas re-established themselves and Hoysala kingdom came into existence. Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra and Pandyas of Madurai re-established themselves on the ruins of Chola dynasty. Chola Empire is known for its administrative features. Most of this information is coming from Uttar Merur inscription. Now, the empire was divided into mandalams. Each mandalam was then divided into Valanadu and Nadu. So there was Mandalam, Mandalam, Valanadu, Nadu. Each Nadu were a number of autonomous villages, group of villages. Royal princes, officers, people of the royal family were made in charges of Mandalam. So Mandala Dhyaksha or Mandaleshwaras were basically people of the royal family only. The Chola kings used to have only their royal family members live in these places. Various units of land measurements like Kuli, Ma, Veli, Patti, Padayam, etc. were consistently used. The tax rates in the Chola period were also fixed depending on the fertility of the soil. I mean, based on how fertile the soil is, based on that, the tax used to, obviously, if land is highly fertile, tax used to be slightly higher than the one which is of the barren land. The Chola art also saw culmination of the Dravidian temple school, Dravidian temple art. I mean, look, Pandyas started temple making, Pallavas took it to the next level, but Cholas brought it to the climax. They followed the architectural style of the Pallavas, but further improved it. They used a variety of material like material stone instead of bricks due to their greater durability and strength. The most of the Chola temples definitely had a Garbhagriha, which is basically sanctorum, the place where the main deity is kept. Vimana, which is the curvilinear roof that exists on the Garbhagriha, and the Shikara, a little on the top, like this. You see this. Uh, this is, you can say, the Shikara, Vimana, and Garbhagriha. Garbhagriha, this will be Vimana, this will be the Shikara. And in front of the temple used to be a pillared hall called Mandapa. Mandapa is the pillared hall in front of the temple. Now, Cholas also introduced the practice of using mandapas for different things like Kalyana Mandapa, Unjal Mandapa, Seva Mandapa, Dhyana Mandapa, Mandapa on the basis of purpose. And Cholas, apart from the temple making, remember, were also perfect in their metal art, particularly the Nataraja and the Chidambaram temple and the lofty gates, particularly metal crafting. They knew how to play around with it. I mean, Cholas were perfect. Presence of a water tank is a unique feature of Chola architecture. In most of the temples, we observe water tanks inside the temples as well. Dancing Shiva called Nataraja evolved and fully developed during Chola period. In fact, the Nataraja Avatara with Gangas, its hair gridlogs, Nataraja standing in this form, completely Chola's personification of Shiva. Bronze casting technique and making of bronze images of traditional icons reached a whole new level, whole new perfection, whole new development during Chola period. In fact, the speciality of Chola bronze sculptures is the sculptures, the bronze casting, the dolls, the idols were perfect in their finishing. They were really, really good. That's slightly important topic about Cholas. Cholas, remember their important kings, their administrative model, their inscription, and what they are known for. Consistently, Cholas keep coming in your news every now and then. Now, the second most important current affairs topic that has been coming recently is protected monuments. See, recently, Government of India in the Parliament said that approximately 42 monuments have gone missing. So our ASI has mentioned the boundary. I mean, the protected monuments is some of the monuments have actually gone missing in the government. Now, government herself said this that monuments have gone missing. A protected monument basically means, I mean, some of these protected monuments are predefined. Protected monument basically means an ancient monument which is declared to be of national importance under the Ancient Monuments, Archaeological Sites and Remains Act, also called Amasar Act. So when a monument or a little construction, an ancient construction or a monument is considered to be protected monument when it is declared to be of national importance under the Amazar Act. Amazar Act regulates the preservation of monuments and archaeological sites of national importance in India. Okay. And Amazar protects monuments, sites that are more than 100 years old. So generally the time scale given is 100 years old, including temples, cemeteries, inscriptions, cannons, forts, gardens, libraries, it doesn't matter, everything. According to the provisions of AMASER, AS officials are consistently supposed to regularly inspect the monuments, assess their conditions, issue show cause notices for removal of any encroachments, etc. See, encroachment becomes a major problem in the monument. See, once the monument, see, I'll tell you what happens. There are some monuments which are very big and very popular, like Red Fort, Taj Mahal, etc. See, these are generally protected not only by ASI but also by local administration, etc., because it's of tourist importance. But then there comes this smaller mid-level monuments which are not very popular, but they're not very forgotten. So these are the ones which actually become victims of public encroachments. That could be shops, that could be houses, that could be people just encroaching with that. Recently, Ministry of Culture informed the Parliamentary Planning Committee that 50 out of India's 3,693 centrally protected monuments were actually missing. Now, what they basically mean by missing is they exist on record but not on ground. In 2013 also, one of the CAG reports said that at least 92 centrally protected monuments across the country have gone missing. But then, since then, 42 centrally protected monuments have already been identified. So, as of now, 50 are still missing. Missing in the sense, as I said, is these are monuments which we know exist on paper, but they don't exist physically on ground. Main reasons for missing, pretty simple. Government focus. See, after independence, government of India has mostly focused only on the social issues rather than the heritage. Like in the decade following independence, the focus of consistent successive government has always been on health infrastructure, education infrastructure, rather than protecting heritage. I mean, most of the focus, even for ASI, has been on excavation rather than conservation. I mean, what ASI does is goes to a region, studies a region, identifies a monument, excavates the monument, and then leaves it that way. Now, the problem comes is once something like that is done, somebody else comes, excavates it, occupies it. So the conservation part is consistently missing with ASI. Why these things happen is number one, rapid urbanization. I mean, look, cities in India are growing very fast. India is becoming a very fast growing country, developing country. No amount of land is enough for us. 14 monuments have actually been lost due to rapid urbanization. Now, this could be government impacted, this could be privately impacted, or private individuals occupying, sometimes in road winding, etc. Also, government can take. Then, second is reservoirs or dams. Even new dams, new constructions, new hydro projects are done. Obviously, large hectares and large locations of areas go under submerged under water. Nearly 12 monuments are even today submerged under reservoirs and dams. Like, for example, temples or any forts built on the river banks. If we build a dam, naturally the river bank, once the dam is released or dam is reconstructed, loses its river bank. Along with that, the temples also go up. And difficulties in tracing remote locations. I mean, 24 of the monuments are actually untraceable. They are so remote from regular civilization, it is very hard to identify them. According to ASI, some of the recommendations given recently are physical survey of all the monuments has actually never been conducted after independence. I mean, after independence, as I said, we excavate an area, we identify a monument, and then leave it that way. A regular physical survey has never been done. Also, budgetary allocation. See, ASI works literally on a shoestring budget. Very low budget. So naturally, security requirement, budgetary allocations are pretty low for ASN. That has to be fixed. Otherwise, it will become a major constraint, and more monuments will go missing. And also, ASI needs to begin to use technology like GPS, geolocation, geotagging to trace monuments. I mean, Geotagging is very important for monuments. In fact, 3,693 monuments we have. We need to geotag and identify them because physical surveying will also be a major logistical challenge given the number of monuments that we have. ASI, Archaeological Survey of India, is actually the final, you can say, authority or in charge for the protection maintenance of all the centrally protected monuments as per the Amasa Act. ASI comes directly under Ministry of Culture today. So it is a statutory body today. So it has all powers coming from a statute. It was founded in 1861 by Alexander Cunningham when he realized the need for a permanent body to oversee archaeological excavations and conservations. I mean, Alexander Cunningham is generally considered the father of Indian architecture or India's archaeological protections. In 1904, Lord Curzon even passed a law that made destruction of ancient monuments in offensive direct officials to preserve ancient monuments. In fact, Curzon is one of the first viceroys or first British officials to take some serious legal steps to make sure that ancient monuments in India are protected and any illegal occupation is prohibited. Conservation is mandated. Also, as per Anasir Act 2010, in 2010, National Monuments Authority was established. It comes directly again under Ministry of Culture with a single point responsibility of protection of sites through regulation of areas around the protected monuments. It's very, very important aspect. So, Anasir Act, ASI, another small topic which is very important is Mughal Gardens. Recently, everybody knows that the Mughal Gardens have been renamed as Amrit Udyan in Rashtrapati Bhavan. And let us clarify a little couple of small minor topics important for your Uh, the Mughal gardens are generally built in Persian Charbagh style. Char Bagh literally means four gardens. Basically, um, the Mughal gardens in India, not just in Delhi, but everywhere else, in India, even in Pakistan, Kashmir, etc., they've always been the physical manifestation of utopia, a Jannat, earthly utopia or Jannat or heaven, in which humans coexist in perfect harmony with all the elements of nature. And this was done. The gardens surrounding Humayun's tomb in Delhi, Nishad Bagh in Srinagar are all built in the Mughal style. Mughal gardens, the Charbagh style seems to have started from Babur's period. Even the Arambagh of Agra, which is thought to have been the first charbagh in South Asia, the first charbaghs in South Asia. Akbar built several gardens, first in Delhi, then in Agra, Akbar's new capital. So the um, charbagh. And most of the Akbar's Mughal gardens would tended to be riverfront gardens rather than fortresses gardens that Babur used to have. Babur's gardens were inside the fortress. Akbar's were on the river banks. Jahangir did not have much in focus on architectural constructions anyway, but he did lay out the famous Shalimar Bagh, known for his great love for flowers. Shah Jahan took Mughal garden structures into a whole new level. Architecture, designs, multiple Mughal gardens. Now, remember, the Mughal garden which is there, which has been renamed recently, Amrit Udyan, is basically an influence, a recreation during Lutyens' construction of Delhi, taking certain influences of Mughal gardens as well as European gardens. It's not purely Mughal gardens, and in fact, the Rashtrapati Bhavan's Mughal garden was not built by Mughals themselves. It was only built in 1930. The first serious historical study of Mughal gardens was written by a lady called Constance Villiers-Stuart with the title Gardens of the Great Mughals. In fact, Edwin Lutyens, when he was rebuilding Delhi in 1911, he might have influenced the famous Viceroy's Garden in 1912. This Viceroy's Garden is what today they call the Amrit Udyan. Okay, so that's it in the session, guys. Do follow me on Unacademy, unacademy.com/Shrivana. Shortly, I'll be coming with more content of history, current affairs for prelims 2023. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.